Hey everyone, welcome to the Stonehouse Barn. Today I want to take just a couple minutes to talk about the bolt-on or weld-on chain hooks for your loader bucket. Recently I've seen 100 videos of people putting those on. They're really getting to be pretty popular, but I don't understand why. I'll explain why I say that and give you my opinion on the chain hooks. But at the end of this, I want you to let me know down at the bottom if you have the hooks or if you're planning on getting the hooks, why. The first issue that I see is the actual attachment point onto the bucket. Now this is a Kubota light material bucket, I think a model L2236. This top plate right here is probably a 1/4 inch thick, so there shouldn't be any problem to bolt or weld the hook onto it. But depending on the make and manufacturer, it could be as thin as this right here. This is 1/8 inch material. So this is the drawbar that's designed and intended to be used for the tractor to pull. None of us would go out and buy a 1/4 or an 1/8 inch thick drawbar and expect to pull with that. So I think that is the same principle with the loader bucket. There's no way I'd put the chain hooks on here and expect to be able to pull with that thin of material. Okay, the second concern that I have is with the skid steer quick attach. When the bucket is attached and you're pushing into the gravel, dirt, whatever it is, this whole surface area is pushing against the back of the bucket for support. When you're pulling against it, it's just this lip right here attached to the lip of the bucket, plus this pin right here. That's the only contact point that you have. I think it'd be real easy to cause damage to either the lip on the bucket or slide it right over the top of this. My third concern is the front axle. On a tractor, the front axle doesn't have any suspension or springs. It just is attached by one single pivot point, can go up and down. If you hook up to a log or a stump or something like this and you try to pull backwards, it's going to put pressure and pull the front end of the tractor down, taking weight off the rear axle. Once the weight comes off the rear axle, all you're left with is just that one pivot point under the front axle. It can easily cause the tractor to tip over. So my final concern is the connection point between the loader and the tractor. There's 2 points of contact on each arm, and there's nothing anywhere up from there clear to the end of the bucket. Now if you can take the bucket just by hand and shake it this much, just imagine if you had a 1,500 pound log that you had hooked to it and were trying to back up. If you didn't back in a perfectly straight line, then that's going to pull the loader to one side. It'd be real easy to get the entire frame out of alignment, possibly even bend the arms, or it may even result in some hydraulic damage. Now I realize that these hooks would be great for something like trying to move a stump that won't fit in the bucket. You can just pull up to it, wrap the chain around it and go. But at the same time, there's better tools for that, whether it's grapple or pallet forks or something like that. And I know that you have to work with what you have, but at the same time you need to think long term financially. Are you better off buying the right tool for the job, or potentially having to pay for repairs, new loader arms, a new bucket, even some hydraulic work? Just let me know down below what you think, what your opinion is, and maybe you can talk me into buying a set. Thanks for watching.